Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, celebrating expression, fostering talent, and connecting the community to Columbus artists, performances, exhibitions, concerts, public art, and more at columbusmakesart.com. From these contributing sponsors and viewers like you, thank you.
This time on Broad and High, we head into the kitchen to discover what it means to pinch, prune, and wire. Meet an artist who has fully embraced an art form that requires patience and confidence, and discover how a former professor used art in his work and his life. This and more right now on Broad and High. Welcome to Broad and High. I'm your host, Kate Quickle. In our first segment, we're heading into the kitchen to learn about a society that's been promoting the love of bonsai since 1972. Columbus Bonsai Society nurtures both master and beginner creatives in this unique art form. Joining me in the kitchen today is Mark Passarello, president of the Columbus Bonsai Society, longtime bonsai grower and potter. Mark, thanks for being in the kitchen with me today.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. So tell me, what exactly is bonsai?
Well, bonsai is a Japanese art. It's miniature trees. It's growing a tree or a plant or something alive in a pot that looks like a tree, gives you the impression of a tree.
That totally tracks with my interpretation of bonsai from what I've seen.
That's what it is.
So tell me more about the Columbus Bonsai Society. What is your organization like? What do they offer to the community?
Well, we are an educational and social organization, a way for people to find out about bonsai, learn more if they'd like to try it themselves, a way for plant nerds to get together and share information, encourage one another. And it's a group that's been around close to 60 years.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
So you really celebrate everything about bonsai. Tell me about the art form behind this plant.
Bonsai is a living sculpture. You're familiar with height, width, depth for sculpture. Add on time, because you are dealing with a living thing that isn't going to set still. It will be continually changing, and you have to maintain it. So really, bonsai is two things. You're doing something with design, you're doing something with your artistic brain, and then there's the craft of it where you're keeping that plant alive and healthy.
That's incredible. So you're never quite finished. It's not, oh, I'm done, let me put it on a pedestal.
No, you are. It goes on a pedestal, but there's always a little tweaking. Certainly there's that ramp up phase where you start with a seedling or a cutting and you take something small and make it a little bigger and much more impressive. Mm-hmm. But then there's the maintenance phase where you still have to keep that plant healthy. Mm-hmm. It's alive. That is a key definer of a bonsai, is that it's alive. It's not one of those Ming trees with the little jade leaves that you put on the shelf and all you have to do is dust it.
It's a living art form.
It absolutely is.
That's incredible. Well, I'm getting a little bit hungry, and I'm excited to talk about what we're making today. Tell me about the dish.
Well, this is sort of based on my favorite dish at Chinese restaurants, sesame noodles, cold sesame noodles. There are a lot of variations on it. I like noodles. This goes together really quick, so it's an easy dinner to plan, or if you need a snack, spur of the moment, it's really easy to do, because usually everybody has something like this in their pantry, ready to go.
I can't wait to get started. Tell us what we'll need for the recipe today.
Okay. Start out with 16 ounces of pasta, 1 tablespoon oil, 1 cup creamy peanut butter, 4 tablespoons soy sauce, about 1/3 cup to 1 cup hot water, a tablespoon of rice vinegar, a tablespoon of garlic, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, a tablespoon or 2 of sriracha, a tablespoon or 2 of maple syrup or honey, red pepper flakes, chopped peanuts, 2 teaspoons chili garlic sauce.
I'm so excited to make this. Are there any tips to make this dish? I know you mentioned it's so simple, but what do you recommend?
It is simple. If you would like to use something like a sugar-free peanut butter or a low-salt soy, if you're watching your diet for whatever reason, I can use any pasta. Okay. It could be Italian, American, or if you'd like to be a little more authentic and use something like udon or something like that. And anything is good with this sauce. And if you happen to have any leftovers in the fridge from like a roast chicken or pork roast or anything like that, even some vegetables from last night's dinner. Anything goes good on top.
Great way to use up leftovers.
Use leftovers and beef it up a little bit more if you want.
I love that. Well, let's get started. What's the first step?
Very good. Let's start cooking our pasta. We have some water boiling here.
Okay.
And
Ooh,
we'll
careful.
watch my fingers. Get some olive oil.
Just heat that up a little.
You could use any oil you have available. I'm hoping that this is Italian olive oil. And we have some garlic. Now,
Chopped garlic.
Freshly chopped garlic. I don't know about you, but I like garlic. So
Oh, yeah.
we're going to use all of it.
Whenever a recipe calls for a certain number of cloves, I just double it.
Yeah, it is an Asian recipe, but an Italian cook. So that's a small amount
It's
of garlic.
fusion.
I'm going to hand that over
Please,
to
yes.
you, and we're just going to get this moving a little bit.
Once you get your garlic nicely softened, what happens next?
We're going to start with some of our sauce ingredients, and we're going
Okay.
to add just a little bit of warm water.
And
when
so
they
really
come
the
back.
two main components are the noodles and the sauce. That's what you're working on.
Yes.
So easy. Look at that.
I'm
Now
gonna
we got
put this-
something happening.
That looks like soy sauce.
It's hard to tell once it all is.
Some rice vinegar. I'm going to say that's the sesame oil. That's the. And here's some ketchup.
Is this sriracha, like a spicier?
What did we use today?
I think we're using sriracha.
Sriracha,
Just to give
okay.
it a little kick, a little boost.
Whichever you.
So you could use ketchup if you don't like a lot
could.
of spice. Well, you'll definitely know now.
Yeah, that's sriracha,
Yeah.
but good. But good.
But if you have ketchup at home, that's what you could use there instead.
Well, you
if
know
you're
what
not a
I
spice
found is that tasting it like out of the dish or out of the bottle, it's going to taste really hot.
Yeah.
But once you mix it with all the other items and you get it all over your noodles,
Right.
it will sort of mellow.
Well, it sounds like this dish is very customizable to your
Absolutely,
spice level.
absolutely. I think make it once the way. That's pretty good advice for most recipes.
Follow the recipe one time.
And then see what you think.
Yeah. Get that peanut butter in there.
And I'm going to turn this way down so we
You
don't.
just want that to kind of melt and thicken.
Yeah. You can mix this as much as you want, but once we dump the noodles in, going to be the heat.
Yeah,
and
coats the noodles. And so what's your practice here? Do you add noodles to sauce or sauce to noodles? What's your philosophy?
my philosophy is the fewer pans you have to.
So you don't want to get a bowl out.
You don't. So it can be mixed up. All of it can be mixed up
Yeah.
here. If you decide to be lazy and not saute your garlic, if you use like the garlic powder,
Yeah.
that's the really easy way.
Okay.
But there's nothing like fresh garlic.
And as this is real thick, do you add more water or do you
You
reserve
can.
pasta water? Or?
Yes,
Yeah?
I do that trick of reserving the pasta water because once it sits for a while, it will start to get
Clump
together.
up, yeah.
It will clump
It
up.
looks
So
great. It's a pretty color. It's almost caramelized.
I was just thinking it kind of looks like that.
Well, why don't you tell me some other ways that people can experience the Columbus Bonsai Society while we wait for our noodles?
Well, what an excellent segue. That's why you're the professional. As I said, it's a social organization, so there are monthly meetings. You don't have to be a member to come to meetings. We welcome guests, and usually there's some sort of organized program going on, whether we bring in an expert to present on various topics. A lot of times guest artists will come and we will spend some money on a piece of plant material and they'll do some initial styling, or they'll run a workshop. So workshops are oftentimes a good way for somebody who's curious to get started, because you'll get instruction and you end up with a bonsai tree.
Absolutely. Do they get to go home with their bonsai?
At most workshops, yes.
That's
Now
great.
and sometimes we have done workshops in the past where we had someone come in who was knowledgeable about Japanese scroll painting.
Oh,
and they
wow.
learned painting techniques and went home with a scroll. Last couple of years in January, when it's hard to work on plants or anything like that, we'll do a pottery workshop. So people have made their own pots.
Wow. So there's a lot of adjacent artwork that goes
There
along with
is,
it.
you know what? Yes, there is a lot of things go along with it, and you learn these sort of nerd rabbit holes you go down. part of displaying a bonsai in a formal setting is you make sort of a triangle. The tree will be in one place. There'll be a smaller item like called an accent plant in one place here, and you make a triangle with a scroll or another vertical element. And so there are people that specialize just in creating those little accent plants.
Oh, wow. So it is sort of like a visual setup.
Extremely visual.
Yeah.
Extremely visual. And because it's based in Japan, there's a lot of tradition that goes along with it. So you learn some of the aesthetics and learn to appreciate why Japanese culture finds certain things appealing. But what's interesting too is that there's bonsai going on every continent.
Really?
And what's to me really interesting is that people who are doing bonsai have looked around them, find the things that live in their area, and are practicing bonsai on them. So it is an evolving art too, in that you're taking the Japanese basis,
right,
a tree in a container, and using whatever you see around you. So
right,
native species wherever people live.
That's wonderful. How did you get into bonsai?
Well, I have always been a plant person. I also had an interest in Japanese culture and history. We had been talking before about the Karate Kid movie.
That is my entry point to bonsai.
Right, and my sort of media touch point was the original Shogun miniseries.
Of course.
Seeing that view into Japan was like, that's fascinating. So at some point, of course, being interested in that culture and also being interested in plants, it was inevitable.
Right.
That's
inevitable. Wonderful. Great. Well, let's see, how are we doing on our noodles?
I think that we might be
there?
almost there.
Mark, this looks amazing.
I'm glad you
smells
like
amazing. We can add our garnishes. Does it matter how we do this? Do you do it to the main dish or on your own?
I kind of like to do it my own.
Okay.
That way everybody gets what they want.
So we've got chopped peanuts, chili flakes, sesame seeds, and a little of this like chili paste. Okay, great. Before we dig in, and our mouths are full of delicious noodles, what's one more thing you'd like people to know about the Columbus Bonsai Society?
Just a couple reminders about how to find us. There's a website, columbusbonsai.org. We have a Facebook group, and our events and what's going on are always posted there, and also some pictures to keep you inspired. Look for us out in the community. We participate in things like the Upper Arlington Arts Festival on Labor Day weekend. We have an info booth. Every year we do an annual show, so come look for that. You can walk around, see bonsai on display. We have vendors, we have workshops, we have demos. So if you are curious, we're here to answer questions and tell you everything you want to know.
Wonderful. Sounds like there's lots of ways for people to get involved.
Absolutely.
I think we should eat some noodles.
Let's get involved with noodles.
Maybe we need to scoop some out. Oh.
They're a bit
They're
nice
long.
and thick.
Yeah. They'll be extra flavorful. This would feed a crowd.
It would.
And it's just so easy, and you're right, like pantry items and real flexible. Okay, I'm gonna do a little garnish.
Peanuts?
May I? Sprinkle that on.
Peanuts give you sort of a pad thai flavor.
Yeah, a little sesame. I love these black and white sesame seeds.
I'm gonna.
And you could add any other greens or scallions or
No,
whatever.
now I'm wishing we had sautéed some shrimps.
Ooh, that'd be good. A little chili flake. All right, let's give it a taste. Got to do that noodle twist.
What do you think?
So good.
I'm glad you like it.
To learn more, check out columbusbonsai.org. For many, a creative practice can promote healing. After a life-altering surgery, Rob Hoffman was able to find peace in the art of bonsai. Today, over a decade later, he has turned a hobby and passion into a dream garden.
Bonsai is a really great hobby to get into. It's helped me with patience. It's helped me find my artistic eye. It's really done quite a lot for me. And anymore, it's not even like a hobby to me. It's more like a lifestyle. I discovered bonsai through my wife. I had my leg amputated, obviously, about 12 years ago. And it was more of a rough process than I thought it would be. And you know, I kind of got down in the dumps a little bit, and she wanted to get me something that would kind of keep my mind off of it. And she bought me a little juniper from like Home Depot or Costco or something like that. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And it actually got me up, because I was bedridden for about 1.5 years. It got me up and wanted me to learn about it. I didn't want it to die. So I started to get on the computer and look how to take care of it. And from that one little tree, now I got all this. Bonsai is not a very specific thing. There's very many different characteristics and aspects of it. This is a black pine. I probably have 75% of my trees are probably black pines. They're by far my favorite. You can do so much with them in a short amount of time. In like tricks and tips and stuff of like things that I do differently, not really, but black pines are pretty much my favorite tree to work on. But I mean, I like working on other different stuff. I wouldn't say there's actually a certain type of trademark that I have. So for me, it's more about just, you know, showing what you've done, what you can do to a tree, how nice you can make it. It's not so much about, and don't get me wrong, I'm a very competitive person, but when it comes to this, to me, it doesn't seem like it should be so competitive. It should be more thought-provoking. Like when you see a tree, it should make you feel something. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'd rather do that than try to win an award or, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun to win an award, but I'm not so much into the competitive aspect of it. So I never really taught that much. I guess I do at work a little bit, but when I started my business and I started teaching, I found out that I really, really enjoy doing it. It's fun to go over things with people and get them to get the confidence to do it, because with bonsai, a lot of it is about confidence. You know, you buy a tree and then you got to cut half of it off. It's kind of daunting to the first time user, you know. It's hard to do, but once you start working on trees and putting your hands on them, it makes it so much easier to work with people, go to clubs, do workshops. It builds your confidence to be able to work on your trees, because just starting off, it's often pretty hard to work on your own tree, you know. Most of the time, and I'll say this kind of easily, but most of the time, people are going to kill their first tree. It's just going to happen. You learn from your mistakes, so it's kind of the process. I don't know hardly anyone that's been in bonsai for a long time that still has their first tree. I mean, there might be a few out there, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty amazing. It gets me to travel across the country and meet, you know, wonderful people. It's really like-minded people that are artistic, and people that you know, enjoy nature. It's a great hobby to get into.
To learn more, find him online at youmeandbonsai.com. Iranian-born Hushang Hamami came to the United States in 1958 and earned his master's at MIT before arriving at Ohio State. Throughout his life, Hushang has searched for outlets for his curiosity. We learn how he discovered the solution in the arts and how he used this in both his personal and professional lives.
When I was a child, I realized that sometimes I had a lot of energy and sometimes I had no energy. At that time, I didn't realize this. My parents were bipolar. And so these times when a lot of energy came, I realized that if I don't channel this energy, then it's going to get me in trouble. And I said, well, medicine is a good field to invest all my energy in. And if I do it, there'll be still need for more. Well, with that conclusion, I also realized that I didn't have the physical courage to face diseases or suffering or blood, so this became a problem for me until I came to the United States. At that time, we just had started to have computers. So I said, well, if I invest my energy in medicine, in computers, there won't be any blood, there won't be any suffering. So, and then I decided of all things that humans do or are about, movement is the simplest because we can measure it, we can look at it. I decided I invest in movement. And then I decided I will get my PhD. That was a very hard process. So the question was, where would I get some energy from? I had 4 channels to get my energy. One was the UU Church, United Universalist Church. And I have been going there for more than 50 years. The other one was music. At that time, I had thought maybe I'll listen to all music, but then I realized they are not all the same. I realized also that I had only 4 composers that controlled my emotions and feelings. Beethoven for the left side, Mozart for the right side, Bach for the brain, and Haydn for old age. And writing also. I have written some poetry and other things, but the major part of the relaxation or relief came from painting, because I had no rules, so I could do what I wanted to do. I was very interested in color and combining colors and, modifying them and so forth. The good thing about painting was it didn't need mental thinking. It just was more natural. I have spent about 60 years studying movement, and these were some ways of trying to, rather than formulate and write equations, to look at the movements. Actually I have 175 articles or about how movements are produced and how they are controlled and so forth. So these are some ways of trying to represent that science in a more visual or understandable way. If I had to propose something more to do, and I don't have the energy for it anymore, but I would like to see how the brain controls the movements of the body.
Well, that's our show. Remember, you can find all of our stories online at WOSU.org, as well as on our YouTube channel. For all of us here at WOSU, I'm Kate Quickle. Thanks for watching.
Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, celebrating expression, fostering talent, and connecting the community to Columbus artists, performances, exhibitions, concerts, public art, and more at columbusmakesart.com.